What's up, guys? We are back for not really a review. This is something that's slightly different just because of the subject matter, and I can't, in good conscience, I guess, I can't review these things because they aren't meant to be reviewed. They're not full-on 100% production figures, and that would be the very recent and very awesome additions to my collection for Mythic Legions test shots. So we've got King No'Glin and we've got Faunus here. So these are coming up in the Mythic Legions 2.0, the big Kickstarter that they, shattered records and made tons and tons of money on, selling like hotcakes. So we've got these coming eventually. When I finally get my shipment, we're going to have the real ones. But I was able to get a hold of these test shots, and what test shots are they're kind of the first pass through in the molds to check for issues and just to see how things are going before everything hits final production. That's why they're cast in this gray plastic. So we're going to do like kind of a preview, I guess. I'm just going to look at them. We're going to talk about them. I'm not going to review them because there are imperfections. There are things that aren't correct here in some fashions, little imperfections and just, problems. And of course, there's no paint on them. So yeah, let's take a look. Alright guys, here they are. We have got King No'Glin, we've got Faunus, and as you can see I've kind of got everything all spread out here. I'm not going to do my normal thing because I can't really review them because there are some issues with, how joints move and how they stick. There's obviously no paint on any of these, so I can't review them because that just wouldn't be fair, but honestly, they are pretty awesome. Even for test shots, I'm very excited to have them in my collection, and they do get me even more pumped for when I finally get my Kickstarter order, because that's just going to be an amazing day to finally have these guys in painted, finished form. So I'm going to take a look at the King here first. We'll move Faunus out of the way. We'll do just something quick, show you how he moves, show some finer details on him, talk about all the stuff he comes with. It's a Legion, so they come with a bunch of stuff, and then we'll talk about Faunus. Alright, so this guy is around the 5-inch mark. He is smaller than your average Legion. I mean, he's a goblin, so it makes perfect sense. We have got a lot of plate armor all over him. We've got soft plastic here around for the belt type region, so it helps with his movement a bit. The figure does have removable pauldrons, so like pretty much standard currently. We've got the two that peg into the back, so you could have one on, you could have both on, you could have neither on. And then, I mean, he just looks really striking. I really, really, really like this guy. He is supposed to have a cape, but it's a test shot. It's not made of plastic, so it wasn't part of the test shot. That's a different thing. So we don't have the cape, which is okay. He still looks really striking. That crown looks really, really cool. He's got that kind of smirky grin on his face, very goblin-esque features. He's got the huge ears that pop out. And in general, I'm really, really happy with this guy. I'm really looking forward to the goblin aspect of this wave. There is a ton of those little guys included with all of these figures. I'm really happy that they kind of went in that direction to make something that is kind of a counterpart to all the dwarves that we already have. As far as how he moves, some of the movement may not be all that great because it's a test shot, so keep that in mind. It's not a review, this is just what it is, and this is what you can expect them to do. So head can swivel, up and down, no real bobble. The arms can go out, but I'm really not in the mood to stress this plastic. I don't really want to do that. They can go out. The pads will obviously impede that. There's rotation. We still don't have bicep swivel, at least not on this guy, and Faunus doesn't either. We have elbow swivel. We have forearm swivel. We also have a hinge at the elbow. It's just a single joint hinge. And then we've got hinged and rotating wrists. You've got an upper diaphragm on this guy, so you can rotate back and forth, a little back and forth. He's got a waist twist as well. So you've got multiple points there. He doesn't go over too far. We'll see how that works in the finished product. And when I'm talking about, test shot, you can see kind of seam line here on the head. It's a little gummied up. So that's a thing. Kick forward, kick back. You can go all the way out. Again, I'm not going to stress this plastic. There are double jointed knees here, which work really well. And then pop that back. And then we've got a hinge and a rocker here. My feet on this guy really stick pretty bad, so again, I'm not going to move them too much. It's just it's standard Legions articulation. If you've seen any of these guys recently, then you know what to expect. There's nothing new, nothing different here. So they move about as well as any other figure in the line thus far, and I think they move well enough. They are slightly limited in some ways, but I think they move pretty well. But yeah, let's take a look at his head real quick, because honestly, that's the big thing for this guy is his head sculpt, and I figure we'll get you a close-up on there. So you can see here, we've got the, I've already mentioned it, we've got kind of the goblin smirk. You can see the face has a lot of sculpted detail on it. There is a lot of line work in there. It's just hard to see because it is this gray plastic, this kind of black gray plastic, but you can see he's got kind of like a wooden crown on his head. He's got those pointy ears and, all that sculpted detail on the back. So I'm sure the paint is going to bring that out, make it look really exceptional. I'm really, really excited to see this guy in finished form, in hand. You can obviously see pictures of this online. We've had those for a while now. But he just looks really striking. I'm very, very excited about this. And having this test shot just makes it even more unbearable to wait even longer for these guys, but we know they're coming really soon now. So yeah, this guy looks really fantastic. It's another very well sculpted Four Horsemen design. And then as far as accessories on this guy, and I'm assuming this is the final mix, there should be a cape here as well, but we have already talked about that. We've got the two pauldrons here, so they're, kind of a rusted iron type plating, so you can pop those on or off. We've got this curved blade, which I think is pretty awesome. Really, really cool. Very, very happy with that design. I think that's really, really good. We have got this humongous staff with a ball on the end. This pops off, so you can pop that in. It's so much taller than the figure itself. We have got a little knife that has a sheath. We have got kind of a standard Mythic Legions sword. This isn't like the standard, at least not the one I consider to be the standard, but it's a generic sword. We've got the little belt, so you can put the sword, around his waist if you wanted, have it kind of hang off the side, or you can put the knife on it. We've got these little adapters as well. I'm assuming that these are different types of wing adapters. Maybe wing adapters are a thing for the wing sets that the Four Horsemen make. I don't have any, so I can't test that. And then we have got this guy here, and Faunus has it as well, and it pops into the back on this guy, but I don't really know what it's for. Maybe it's just something that's being lost on me right now, but I'm not really sure what it's meant to do. Anybody that's watching this, if you do know what it's for, let me know. My test shot didn't come with any instructions or anything like that, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. So I believe that these are wing adapters, and I'm assuming that all the figures are going to come with them because Faunus has them too. And then this guy is a thing that goes into his back. So I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Now, Faunus here is more of a standard Legions in the sense that he's, standard size. So he is, 6.5, 7 inches tall. He's got this humongous staff with a kind of like wooden, almost smoky wooden effect that has a ball on the end. I'm assuming it's painted, I don't know. I still don't remember what he exactly looks like. He comes with this big shield. It's got a bunch of runes all over it. And he has the handle for a shield, which is slightly different than what I'm used to for some other figures. This actually pops out and you can put it in his hand. He's got the pauldron, so just like with the king, we've got the two that are removable, so you can use them both, use one, use neither. He's got some humongous hooved feet. They look fantastic. He's got the kind of skirt piece here that we've seen on other figures recently, and then he's got kind of standard Mythic Legions armor. It's not the same as some of the other figures that I have. I'm assuming it's similar but different, so it's kind of standard in design. I mean, the big thing for this guy though is definitely the head sculpt. It is pretty wild, so we'll do a close-up on that here in a minute. As far as how he moves, it's no different than anything else. Some of his joints are looser than I want them to be. This arm in particular will just pop right out if I play around with it too much, so I'm not really going to move him around all that much. I kind of been, see, there you go. I'm playing around with it too much, and it just kind of pops out. It's just a peg. So, there's that. But we'll do a close-up on his head sculpt. I'm not going to move him around too much more. I don't want to stress this guy out. I just want to pose him, and he's going to go somewhere on my shelf. That's really all it is. He's not an action figure in the sense that I want to move him around all that much, but he definitely does move. He's got all the standard stuff that you're going to expect to find with a Mythic Legions figure. And then as far as the head sculpt, just to get a quicker look at him, you can see that everything about him is kind of wooden in appearance. You can see that the horns up here, one of them looks like a chopped off tree branch. Everything looks kind of like the grains on wood. He's got some really humongous kind of leafy ears, and in general I think he looks pretty awesome. I really, really, really dig this particular design. There are a handful of figures in this line that I really liked more than others just because they were so different. This guy is at the top of the list for me. I'm very, very excited to see what the final product looks like in hand, but if this test shot's any indication, I mean, it's just going to absolutely blow pretty much every other figure out of the water. I think I'm really excited about this one, and I think that the Four Horsemen just absolutely nailed it in terms of sculpt. I mean, you cannot really compare them to anything else when they get let loose on toys. The guys are just on a different level, and this head sculpt is just striking, to say the least. Now, as far as accessories on this guy goes, we have got a pretty similar spread to what the king has. We have got him with his big staff here. So he's got the staff with the removable top. So it's kind of like a, a wooden piece. It kind of looks smoky, magical, and then it's got a ball on the end. He's got the humongous shield with the runes all over it. We have got the same kind of belt. Same knife, same sheath, that's the same thing there. And then we've got what I consider to be the standard Legion sword, so tons of figures come with this guy, and he's got it as well. We have got the wing adapters, or what I think are the wing adapters, and then we've got this mystery piece here that I'm probably going to find to be something very stupid that I'm just not understanding right off the bat, or it could be something that I just plain don't understand, but they both have it. They both have these, and then they share the belt, and they share the sheath and knife. So, in general, they come with tons of stuff, all the same level of accessories that you would expect to get with any other figure you've already gotten in this line. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this quick little look at the Mythic Legions test shop figures that I was able to get a hold of. Again, it's not a review. This is just a quick look at, hey, these things are something that I was able to add to my collection. They look absolutely amazing. They have gotten me so pumped for what is coming when I finally get these figures. So, keep an eye out for those reviews when they get here. You'll know because there's going to be a massive toy haul video that's going to precede them. But yeah, I'm really curious what you guys think of these. What do you think about the whole test shot idea in general? As far as collectibles go, were you able to get any of these yourself? And did you get in on the Kickstarter action for this line of figures? And if so, what did you get? Let me know. I'd love to know who is getting what that also watches my videos. So that's going to do it, guys, for this quick look at the Mythic Legions Faunus and King No'Glin test shots. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time.